I am really glad that you're here, whether you are an executive director, the marketing director, the finance director, or even a member of a board of a nonprofit. I want you to know I understand what you're going through on a day to day basis. I've been there. I spent 15 years in the nonprofit world. I know the pressures and I know the stresses, and you probably go through all of those things regularly and on a daily basis. I went through it for years, and then I burned out. I am here to help you come back from that, or if you're not burned out yet, to prevent it altogether. And I'm not going to waste any of your time. I'm just going to jump right into it. I want you to envision a reality where the overwhelm and the stress and the looming threat of burnout are not just managed, but completely transformed. Imagine waking up every day energized and inspired, fully equipped to supercharge your nonprofit's mission and secure your own leadership role. Over the next 20 minutes or so, I will guide you through a revolutionary approach that makes this possible. This isn't just about coping with stress, it's about thriving in spite of it. So let's explore how you can achieve this not just someday, but starting right now and starting today. So I want you to think about the last time you felt truly overwhelmed. Maybe it was a late night bookkeeping session where you're trying to balance the books. Maybe it was getting ready for that next board meeting that's coming up. Maybe it's feeling the weight of every decision on your shoulders. And this is so common. This is a common thread that binds all dedicated nonprofit leaders. But what if I told you that it doesn't have to be this way? So I'm going to help you uncover some of the secrets of not just surviving in this high stakes nonprofit environment, but thriving with a newfound resilience and a newfound vigor. I designed this session for you. I designed this session for the executive director, the senior managers, the steering committees, the board members, those people who are steering the ships of medium-sized nonprofits. You are the unsung heroes behind the scenes, making crucial decisions that affect hundreds, if not thousands of lives. I know because I have been in every one of those positions. So whether you are the executive director grappling with some operational pressure, the marketing manager tasked with spreading the word about your mission, but you don't have the budget or the funds, or the financial director navigating the complex waters of nonprofit finances, you've come to the right place. And today we are going to delve deeply into the understanding and transformation of the core challenges that you face. Every day, I know, every day you juggle so many different things and you wear multiple hats. Not just as leaders, but you're also seen as visionaries, you're also seen as problem solvers, and the demands are relentless. I understand. It's fundraising, the staffing, the compliance, and above all, pushing forward with the mission of your organization. The stress can be suffocating, and without the right tools, it might seem insurmountable. And the stress builds, and it builds, and it builds. And like a cup that's overflowing, you can only handle so much. No matter how good you are, or how talented you are, or how successful you might have been in your work, when it does overflow, everything and everyone suffers. Let me say that again. When your cup overflows with stress, everything and everyone suffers. The organization suffers, you suffer, your staff suffers, the mission suffers, everything suffers. Your very livelihood becomes in jeopardy. So as nonprofit leaders committed to the social good that you do, you face unique challenges that don't exist in other businesses, in other places. And you have to know your limits because your limits are tested every day. You have to manage your team. You have to interact with the board members. You have to secure funding. You have to write grants, maybe even managing volunteers if you're lucky enough to do that, right? These are just the tip of the iceberg. Beneath the surface, there's also the struggle to maintain a semblance of a personal life. outside of the office while being fully devoted to your cause. It's a balancing act, and it's a balancing act that many find unsustainable in the long run, leading to burnout. And that burnout can cripple both you personally as well as the organization and its effectiveness. So I've enjoyed almost 2 decades of direct involvement in the nonprofit sector. I served as a pastor of 2 different churches. I was on the boards of many different nonprofit organizations, 2 soup kitchens, one I founded and the other I inherited, an executive director of a GED learning center. I was the co-founder of a free medical clinic in downtown Columbus, Ohio. I've navigated the very challenges that you face on a daily basis, so I get it. And these experiences have not only enriched my own understanding of nonprofit dynamics, but they have also highlighted the acute need for effective stress management and, more importantly, self-care that's tailored for leaders like you. For 15 plus years, my roles at institutions like the Community Kitchen Incorporated, the St. John Learning Center, and other organizations have provided me with invaluable insights into the pressures of nonprofit leadership because I felt them. I understand them because I was there. The strategies that I'm going to share with you today are not just theoretical. They are born from real world experience and enhanced by my professional training and my firsthand knowledge of both success and failure in the nonprofit world. I'm happy to say I had a lot of success. Not so happy to say that I had some failures, but at least I had more success than failure. I'd like to offer you a uniquely effective approach to overcome, or even better, prevent from burning out, because it can happen to the best of us. So I want you to know that I really understand the burning out part. In early 2018, I'd been in my position for about 10 years. I burned out. You know the pressure. You know the pressure. You know it. It comes from every direction, every single direction. The board members, the clients, the staff, the donors, the city, if you have to deal with them like I did, or maybe even the state or the federal government. And if you are not in a good place, if you're not in good shape, it piles up and you find yourself at your breaking point. And it can happen in the blink of an eye, that everything can be going fine and it's in the background building up, and then you reach your breaking point. So at that point, I resigned. I resigned my positions in 2018 by my own choice. I did it for personal integrity, and I did it because, frankly, I couldn't do it anymore. And my performance that year was awful. I didn't meet any of my goals, where years before I had been meeting my goals and surpassing them. And the whole organization was suffering because I was not in a good place. I had a fantastic run there. I completed huge projects. Some of them were over $1 million a piece. And I was cooked. I was done. I couldn't be the leader I wanted to be anymore. It was impossible for me to continue. I had to step down for my own mental health and well-being, and I had to step down for the good of the organizations that I was serving. So I took a marketing job at another nonprofit called the Ohio Council for Home Care and Hospice. And I did that for the next couple of years so that I could just be out of the leadership position that I was in. I didn't want to lead anymore, and it was very wonderful to not have to make those big decisions. So while I was taking the break from that leadership part of my life, I still was trying to find something to get me back to feeling like I was before. And I gotta tell you, I tried all sorts of things. I tried the traditional routes. I went on medication. I went to individual talk therapy. I went to weekly group therapy. It was fine. It was keeping me afloat. But that's about it. It was keeping me afloat, and that was it. I was still desperate. Despite all of those things, I was still having panic attacks twice a day that were left over from when I had my job as an executive director. One evening, I was at home, and I was looking at Facebook, and I saw an ad for something I hadn't tried yet. And I thought to myself, you got to be kidding. I've tried everything. This is crazy. Why am I getting shown this ad? Stick with me here. It was hypnotherapy. And I was skeptical, and maybe you're skeptical. I get it. Be skeptical. It's fine. But I was desperate. Despite my skepticism, the traditional therapy wasn't working. The talk therapy, the group therapy, the medication that I had been on for the previous year I was desperate, and I was still having those panic attacks. I was so desperate. And so I was willing to try anything. And it was long after I left my leadership role, almost a year later. So I met with this guy for 3 sessions. And that's all I needed. We could have met way more than that, but even after the first couple of sessions, I started to feel so much better. Like I felt better. I was thinking better. I was thinking clearly. It was the mind shift that I needed. And within 6 months, I was out of group therapy and off of the antidepressants that I had started after I left my job. And I had to continue. I felt so much better after all of that. It not only alleviated my stress, but it transformed my approach to challenges, making me a more focused and productive person in my job with the council and a balanced leader. So the program that I offer synthesizes all the key strategies that are found in hypnotherapy to equip you with the tools, not just to manage, but to excel under pressure. And so I decided I was going to go back and study what made this so successful for me and all the other people that I've actually gotten to work with. So while I was still working for the Ohio Council for Home Care and Hospice, I started taking classes and got my certification as a hypnotherapist. So I want to share with you what I've learned that works for so many of the 1,000 clients that I've been able to serve in the last 4 years. I have found that there's basically 3 parts, 3 steps to preventing or recovering from a burnout situation. And that doesn't just address the symptoms. It targets the root causes of stress, of that overload, of that burnout, and transforms your approach to leadership so that it never happens again. My work is solution-based. We are looking for the best ways to get the best outcomes. So here's how each phase is structured. First of all, we're going to stabilize. If you're coming to me, you might be in bad shape already, and I totally understand that, or on the verge of something bad happening. In the initial phase, we're going to focus on stabilization, calming the immediate, often chaotic emotional landscape that the high-stress environment fosters. So through targeted sessions, we'll tackle your most pressing stressors head on. And these sessions are designed to quickly reduce feelings of anxiety, of overload, of burnout, and overwhelm, setting a calm foundation from which real growth can begin. Then we're going to use proven techniques to help rewire your stress responses, turning what were once overwhelming situations into manageable challenges. This not only improves your immediate mental well-being, but it also sets the stage for more profound transformations. The second part is enhance. So we'll stabilize and then we'll enhance. Building upon that stabilized emotional and mental state, the enhance phase focuses on developing critical leadership skills that go beyond conventional training. And we've all had the conventional training. This stuff works right alongside of it. Here we're going to delve into advanced stress management and leadership management techniques, cultivating a laser-sharp focus and embed a resilient growth mindset. So through these guided sessions, we'll work to shift your unconscious patterns to better handle the daily pressures and unexpected crises that come up in nonprofit leadership. This phase empowers you to see opportunities where once there were obstacles. Fundamentally, you will change how you will interact with your team, with your board members, with your clients, with your volunteers, and with your mission. And the third part of this is sustain. So stabilize, enhance, and finally sustain. The final phase is about sustainability, ensuring the changes you've experienced are not fleeting or momentary. We're going to work on integrating these new skills and mindsets into your daily operations, and this is crucial for lasting impact. We provide continuous support and tools to help you maintain your newfound resilience and effectiveness. This part of the program focuses on making the new strategies second nature, automatic, embedding them into your leadership style so that you can lead without the constant risk of this burnout. It's about transforming not just how you cope with stress, but how you lead under any circumstances. So each phase of the program is supported by customized sessions. It's not cookie cutter approach. It is systemized for you. It is ready for you. There are practical exercises and ongoing assessments to ensure that you are enjoying the progress towards your goals of becoming a more effective and resilient leader. The structure of the program is designed to be flexible and adaptable to your specific needs and challenges, allowing for the personalization of techniques and strategies for you. Let me be frank with you. What happened to me didn't happen overnight. It was years of buildup to what eventually was my inability to effectively do my work and focus on the mission. I had sacrificed my well-being for the good of the mission, and then I couldn't even do the mission. The stresses build up over time, and you either don't have time to effectively process them, or you just distract yourself with more work, and all of a sudden, things seem to fall apart and go south. When it's been building up to that for months or even years, crises like this don't just happen overnight. They happen over time. It doesn't matter how talented you are. It doesn't matter how successful you've been. Everyone has their limits. Everyone can burn out, even you. And maybe you're close to that, or maybe you're already there and nobody knows about it because you're supposed to be the strong leader, right? And you haven't shared that with anybody. Everything I do has its roots in scientific research by minds at Stanford University, like Dr. David Spiegel and Dr. Daniel Amen, who you may have heard of. He's written a lot of books. He's been on PBS, who have done decades of research into the very processes that I use. So you will grow professionally by modifying behavioral patterns, enhancing stress management, and leadership skills. It complements traditional leadership training by helping leaders overcome any internal mental barriers and operate with a greater sense of clarity. When you and I work together, we will be empowering each other. I'll be empowering you to manage your emotional responses in stressful situations without compromising your autonomy. You will have more control over how you react to situations. And our sessions together and the work in between are brief and focused, aiming to enhance productivity and well-being efficiently. So it's not going to take a ton of your time every week, but enough of your time to make the change. And this can help save time and prevent burnout in the long run. The benefits of this program are long-lasting. It targets sustainable changes in behavior and thought patterns to ensure continued improvements in your daily life and work, even after completing the sessions. So this program includes follow-up sessions and continuous support to help you maintain and build on the changes that you experience. And now that we've explored the transformative potential of our program and perhaps addressed any concerns you might have had, the path forward is clear. This is your opportunity to take a definitive step toward not just improving your leadership, but revolutionizing it. It's time to act, not just to alleviate the stress that you're feeling today, but to build a foundation for lasting resilience and effectiveness. Every day that passes under the shadow of stress and burnout is a day that diminishes your personal effectiveness and the potential impact of your nonprofit's mission. By choosing to engage with our program, you're not just investing in your own well-being. You're investing in the health of your entire organization. So here's what I'd like to invite you to do. Book a free, no obligation consultation with me today. We'll talk. We'll see if we're a fit. If I think I can help you, I will tell you. If I don't think I can help you, I will also tell you. And so during this session, we will talk about those things. We'll tailor a strategy that addresses your unique challenges. We'll set actionable goals and discuss how this relief can be seamlessly integrated into your life. This consultation is just the first step toward not only achieving, but exceeding the leadership potential you know that you have. So do it now. Make that appointment and transform your approach to leadership and personal well-being. Click the link below to schedule your session. The spots are limited on purpose, and they fill up very quickly due to the personalized nature of the program. So you want to ensure that you're not left wanting and waiting for the next available opening. Secure your spot and start your journey toward a more balanced and impactful role. The decision to wait can be costly, and the longer you delay addressing the stress and the challenges of your leadership role, the greater the risk of these issues becoming entrenched, making them harder to overcome. This isn't just about avoiding negative outcomes. It is about proactively creating a positive and sustainable future for yourself and your nonprofit. Burnout just doesn't risk your health. It jeopardizes your ability to lead effectively and can stall your organization's progress toward the fulfillment of its mission. Every moment lost to stress is a lost opportunity for growth and impact. My availability for consultations is intentionally limited to ensure that each nonprofit leader receives the full focus and personalized attention and care they deserve. So secure your personal consultation now and take the first step toward a refreshed and revitalized approach to nonprofit leadership. The spots are filling fast. To ensure your place in this transformative program, you owe it to yourself, your organization, and the people you serve to take care of yourself so that you can continue to serve. I'm so glad I got to connect with you today. I'm looking forward to getting to know you on our call, and it is my mission to help you with your mission.